What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. There is so much to go to over today, it's just freaking awesome. The TCG Player bonus bucks back sale is live right now. Tier 0 and Daily both have up Legendary Duelist pre-sales, but most importantly of all, YCSs are back in person. But there's a lot to read through here. There's requirements that you'll need to attend, as well as the fact that duelists need to pre-register online for the event. There's probably going to be a tournament cap. You definitely want to read through the registration and requirements to play over in the YCS if you plan to go. I think an EU one was also announced, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry if I'm wrong. I saw that this morning though. So just events coming back feels freaking good, man. And with that, there's going to be a lot of hype to play in person, to see these in-person results. Feels good, man. Also, with those bonus bucks back, like I said, things are gonna go a bit crazy. If that 10% isn't worth it, I would shop around other platforms. Just because there's a sale doesn't mean it's the best price out there, but use that TCG Player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying. It does stack on top of this, and there is still a lot to be getting out there. But that being said, let's look at Tier 0's amazing prices. Code What's Good 5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly on Synchro Storm. I'm pretty happy. The Ghost Rare at 165, Baroness at 76, which I called it being around there, and it's even cheaper with my discount code. Then the Lyralust stuff is all sub $15 with, you know, you have Celestial, you have Call, all under there, and then the Speedroid stuff even like at $8. Like when I saw Yu-Gi-Oh! Daily put up their pre-sales, I was like, Baroness at 90, that's a little concerning, but understandable. Call at 15 seemed like a really good deal, because when we go over here and actually look at how Call is doing, it's getting really big sales and is even up all the way to $30, and people actually spending that money. They just don't know about market watch, and fools and their money will soon be parted. But you see how many sold at 15, and now it's spiked up over on TCG, yet it's much cheaper over here on Daily and Tier 0. And of course, you can use code What'sGood5 for 5% off and support the channel directly on Daily. They also have deck cores up and a lot of really good prices back and forth. Like some will undercut Tier 0, where Tier 0 will undercut in other places. But on the top end, Tier 0 definitely doing it big. And that's what I'm talking about. Tier 0 and Daily, they both don't look to maximize their profits. They look to spread it around. What can we get versus opening? How can this go? And a reminder, Duelist packs can still have short prints. I don't have ratios yet, so I'm guessing that they're also looking at how much product they're going to be opening and looking at what they can fulfill to guarantee these quantities that they're selling. But the prices are just so good over on Tier 0 and pretty darn good on Daily too. Like their Cork Shooter, I don't blame them for putting it around this price, and a lot of prices still undercutting TCG by far. But yeah, I really got to give it to Tier 0 here. They're killing it on some of these, and not so much on the pre-sales on TCG Player. Now, speaking of that sale and watching things go, look at the sales rate on access code talkers today. People spending $180, $190 even. Do not get caught up in the word sale. Spend reasonably and what you plan to spend. And you see other sellers popping up, like, I know it's low rated, but 170, 155, 160. You know, have a game plan when going in with the sale. Don't just panic, feel like you're left behind, or, oh, I forgot this was today. Go in with a game plan and don't be the guy spending that much. Ryza, the Mega Monarch, actually got bought out, as I understand it, like, around yesterday, and this is the fallout from it. This is a huge play in Floonderies. We would hope that it gets a gold rare or Brothers of Legend reprints, but also these sets were so far pushed back. We don't know what Konami really has planned with them. Do they have foresight? Did they call reprints ahead, or are we going to wait till a March reprint set to see more relevant reprints? I don't know, but a lot of people asking me if I think this will get reprinted. I think it would be on Konami's radar, but yeah, with how far things got pushed back, I don't know about that one. OTS 17, friendly reminder, is up on TCG Player. Imperm going insane once again, back towards 300. Utopia still very reasonable despite low quantities, but I noticed Vessel of the Dragon Cycle sold out today on the sale for its super rare version, right? So this is kind of interesting just to see the price history, and it's spiking up, and no quantities today. Somebody really targeted that one. Legendary Duelist Season 2 has had so much going on with it, and it feels like every time we look over here, prices are higher. Urgent schedule towards 15, 16. We covered Bingo Machine Go's buyout recently. Blue Eyes Abyss Deep Hips Dragon. It's been towards 25 here, and with the Blue Eyes support coming in Battle of Chaos, a lot of that stuff getting targeted. I would suggest getting the versions of like Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, or like other cards that would mix with Battle of Chaos sooner than later. Like Sage with Eyes of Blue has a lot of different great versions. I'd go after the Secret Rare. It's pretty competitive last I saw versus these versions. Actually, I want to look that up right now. Live editing done cheap. Sage with Eyes of Blue. Let's just double check that one. Ah, yes, as always with TCG Player. Yeah, they're very, very good. You have the Legendary Collection Kaiba as well as the Battle of Legend, and Kaiba is much more competitive. I imagine First Ed is closer to this price, but I would just get yourself a Secret Rare on that specific card. Infinite Impermanence has some good news depending on which rarity you want. Gold rares are way down and continuing to fall. It just turns out if you have a choice between Secret or a different version, a super rare even versus a gold rare, a lot of people pick the super rare version even, and I could see this passing the gold rare over time. Now, to be fair, maximum gold, I do suggest double sleeving. It's probably why we got double sleeving allowed here in the TCG, but it's just kind of head scratching. Like, goes down from 20, it continues to fall out while the ultras, you know, hold to a degree, and people are buying it today on the sale, yet it's just continuing down while, you know, the ultras, they've slipped a bit, but are holding better, I guess I should say. Gold is the most divisive rarity. When I sold the Downer Magicians the other day, so many people thanked me for the sale. The gold rares went last, and as I put the deal on YouTube and people came and got them, like, I still noticed, like, the secret rares gone like that. Even the light plays and those, they went before people would get a gold rare. So that's kind of interesting to see. And those were mega pack secrets, not originals. So people's aversion to gold rare is very real, yet it continues to do well as a product time and time again. Now on the high end, something eyebrow raising, this is a collectible I wish I had kept. Whenever I stopped vending, there is very few things that I regret not deciding to keep or going after as I got out. First edition Allure of Darkness, I've said time and time again, man, that is a cool one that I always undervalued. When it was 40, I should have got so many. Now, you know, 10, 12x that, $500 with a sale at $400 a day. Unlimbs also going, man, this is one I truly do regret not pouncing on back in the day. I really like this. It's from my era, and man, you remember when? Sometimes nostalgia really be selling. And speaking of my win that I can't stop bringing up for 5 minutes, according to Distant Coder, Solemn Judgment Ultimate Rares, along with other versions like First Edition Yugi's World. Yugi's World has been getting targeted a lot for its first ed, while Unlimited stays reasonable. First Editions got bought out almost completely, and the lowest listing now is around that $30 mark. What an interesting version, because there's also another secret rare. I think that's kind of stupid money spent to go in, but again, people like to complete full sets, and when you have a $30 MSRP product and the first edition has been so old, the singles sometimes feel undervalued. But yeah, there's just another secret rare, you know, over in Joey's World here. Didn't Battles of Legend do something with that too, or am I crazy? What rarity did Battles of Legend put Solemn Judgment in? Let's see here. We have rares. I know I'm rambling a little, by the way. It's like there's just so many nice versions of this card, and sometimes, oh no, they did the Ultra. Okay, they did do Ultra, but there is the Ghost Rare, there's the Ultimate Rare, there's the Retro Pack Super Metal Raiders, the second set ever, first edition. But to note, the Ultimate Rare has been going up, and that leads the final question too. How will Collector Rares affect prices like these? If we get Collector Rare Solemn Strike, as that reprint is slated in Grand Creators from the OCG, and we can put 2 and 2 together that it might be Collector, how will that affect Ultimate Rare Strike? Or say, if we got a Collector Rare Judgment, how will that affect this one? The questions are getting raised a lot of different rarities, like Stratos. You have the Starlight Rare coming in. How will the Ultimate Rare, where OTS 9 was shorted, how will it go long term? They're good questions. We saw with Trishula, like, Trishula Starlight actually failed versus other versions, while the Ultimates hasn't passed it, yet is still increasing. So I look forward to the competition and different rarities, what it can do for the market, and different options for people to play. But right now, OG Solemn going up is interesting to note. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. I know there's a lot going on and around. You have the sale on TCG Player. You have the pre-sale over on Tier 0. So I'm sorry for your wallets, as well as Yu-Gi-Oh! Daily. And then events are back, baby!